the agenda for proper accountability and public engagements. The Situation Room is here. We welcome the roommates.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist and a sport administrator. I want you to listen to Situation Room with Okpeyemi Akiyode on mainland 98.3 FM from 4 to 5 p.m. weekdays. God bless Nigeria.
Okay, a very good evening to you. Welcome to the Situation Room, live on mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Today's Thursday, and then what that means is an amazing time on radio, the 22nd day of February 2024. That's 22/02/2024. I want to believe that your day has been going well so far. Well, my day has been good. I mean, a lot of work to do, monitoring, of course, the PDP's primary in gubernatorial primaries in Edo State. I mean, a few minutes ago, there were words that the incumbent deputy governor, the outgoing deputy governor, Comrade Philip Shuaibu, had won a parallel primaries conducted in the state. I would also talk about that. Hopefully, someone from the camp of the deputy governor will join us on the show via phone, and I would ask what the updates coming out from there is. Remember also earlier today, we had the voice of the former governor of the state, one-time national chairman of the APC, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, currently representing Edo North Senatorial District in the upper legislative chamber, saying that, hey, nobody should use the voice or the name of Mr. President to sabotage the democratic process in the state. Remember, at the fallout of the APC primaries that was conducted on Saturday that produced 3 different governorship candidates for the party. There was Honorable Dennis Idahosa, there was Senator Monday Okpebolo, and of course, there is Honorable Anamiro Dekiri, 3 of them. Claiming or laying claim to the APC ticket in the state. So the national party, that's the national executive of the ruling APC, decided that, hey, let us conclude the process today, and let's see all of that would also lead us to. And on respect of the Labour Party, remember the last presidential election, the Labour Party won in the state, and you would expect that they would want to ride on that wave to get things done, but there's just been issues. The national chairman of Labour Party was also picked up yesterday, and on different allegations leveled against him, actually, until he's officially charged. Then we'd know what he's being arrested for. But there are talks of corruption, monies here and there, but let's just keep our fingers crossed to see how all of that will play out. But it's very clear that the September 2024 gubernatorial election in Edo State would come with a lot of intricacies. The complications are already coming up as a result of the primaries. 9 of the 11 governorship candidates of the aspirants, rather, on the platform of the PDP have been alleging that the governor is not giving everybody a level playing ground. That it seems the governor already has his own preferred candidate. But even the APC, Adams Oshiomhole is saying no, it's not a party to zonal politics, that Edo people will choose who governs them, not any political agreement that has to do with. Remember, in the last 1 year, each time we focus on this election, it's been the agitation of Edo Central, feeling that, hey, we've not produced the governor before. And then, people as influential as Ize Yamu had to step down because he feels the zoning did not favor him. And But let's see how all of that will work out. Remember that the voting population of Edo State seems to have a very strong numbers coming from the Benin people. There's also the Esan, there's also the Etsako. All of these people coming together will play a vital role in who either the PDP would continue or the APC would also take over. And don't forget that other political parties that would also be in the mix. Remember again that the former chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Olumide Apata, raised some concerns in respect to the fact that the Labour Party doesn't look like they're ready to conduct any primaries, and the deadline of the submission of the list is today. By tomorrow, the 23rd of February, INEC would have to release the complete list of everybody that flag the flag of their parties in the September 2024 governorship election in the state. Don't forget also that in November 2024 there will also be gubernatorial election in Ondo State. But I think the old burial rights of the former governor that died, Rotimi Akeredolu, let's say, and this is the burial week, and there's been a lot of rights. There was a judicial forgot what they called that now. There was a court session to honor him being a senior advocate of Nigeria, and that was done day before yesterday. There were festivals carried out in Owo, his regional local government, and even in Akure as well. We saw the deputy governor of the former deputy governor and now the governor, His Excellency Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, declaring today and tomorrow as public holiday in the state. As we bring to close tomorrow and Saturday, Sunday is Thanksgiving service at the Anglican Church in Owo to close up the 1 week celebration of life of the immediate past governor of the state. That's Rotimi Akeredolu, late Rotimi Akeredolu SAN. I would continue to pray that his soul would continue to rest, and then the family would hold on and get the fortitude to bear the loss. Okay, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. Mr. Miwade joins me on the show, but he's not going to be live in the studio with me today. I'll have to link up with him via phone. And today's his birthday, so I reached out earlier, and then in his how do I put it down? His buoyancy, he decided to do birthday for us. So I will thank you, Mr. Miwade will join us on the show today, and then we'll also look at certain issues that has to do with the current state of the economy. And earlier today, I'm sure you were able to link up with Mainland 98.3 FM for the broadcast that the governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Governor Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu did. There was a media palette today, by the way, and let me just get some summary of some of the things he said. The governor said that we would open a Sunday market in about 42 markets in Lagos for Lagosians to be able to purchase food items at reduced cost. He also said that from next week, civil servants from level 1 to 14 would come to the office a maximum of 3 times a week. Level 15 to 17 will miss work just a day. That means they will come to work 4 times a week. He also talked about the fact that immediately from this weekend, they're bringing back the 25% reduction on all public transportation. And he also said that immediately all of the 31 general hospitals in Lagos will be giving free child delivery. So we're working on the reduction of particular type of drugs as well. He said a lot today, and I think at this point, if you were in this town during the NSAS protest and then the consequences of such, then you probably see that fear in the mind of Mr. Governor today when he was addressing the press. Lagos was at a standstill. You would not deny the fact that whether directly or indirectly, someone was affected. Even though the government would come out and say that nobody died at the Lekki toll gate, but sometime last year there was a mass burial that was conducted for bodies not claimed. They said it was not at the toll gate but different other areas like Agege and all of that. But I mean, for a state that is trying to build up a cosmopolitan nature, you probably don't want a repeat of the NSAS protest. So the government probably is looking at the fact that we're trying our best. I've been following the activities of some governors. The governor of Niger State, the governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Zulum. I mean, these guys are trying. Even the governor of Plateau State, as difficult as things are, the train services are running. There are already buses are brought into the state, and I mean, it's difficult. The times are really tough, and just like we said yesterday during midweek politics, are we really ready for another of such? And let's just trust the leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress. The Assistant General Secretary of the NLC joined me on the show on Monday, and he was very clear on the fact that there's no going back. The February 27th and 28th planned protest would go on, and then it's the standoff, and then the governor or the government that's at the federal level would certainly have to listen to what the NSC has to say. Mr. Tᴡɪᴛᴛᴇʀ Mᴜɪᴜ joins me on the show today via phone. Good evening, and thank you very much for joining me on the show.
Yeah, good evening, listeners. How are you, Okwemi?
I'm doing good. First off, 22nd of February is a special day because it's your birthday. So on behalf of every one of us on Milan 98.3 FM, every one of us on the political desk, we say a very big happy birthday to you. Thank you for always making yourself available. Thank you for always speaking truth to power. Thank you for always providing mentorship for a lot of us. Once again, happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, everybody. I'm most grateful.
And thank you
God
for
bless you.
Thank you for the kind gestures also. We got it.
Oh, that prayers in your mailbox. That prayers in your mailbox.
Yes. According to the one that came, we got our prayer messages in our mailbox. Thank you very much, Mr. Tᴡɪᴛᴜ. Mr. Tᴡɪᴛᴜ is the chief political editor of Guardian newspaper, and then I can tell you for a fact that the last 2 years, the conversation about newspaper production, circulation, acceptance, and information have been different from the stables of Guardian. You look at the front page, the story is absolutely different, the angle, the tilt to it, and all of that. So I would say every single day, you want to pick a copy of newspaper, you want to check it online, make Guardian your top notch. Yeah, Mr. Tᴡɪᴛᴜ, I'm sure earlier today, I know you've probably been governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Governor WG SoᴜnsAᴘᴜ had, and then some of the incentives, because after the 25% reduction in cost of all public transportation, one general hospitals also across Lagos, the civil servant also from level 1 to 13 will be coming to work 3 times a week, 15 to 17 will be coming to work 4 times a week. All of these are incentives just to help Lagosians to cope with the very difficult situation that the economy is right now. Mr. Tᴡɪᴛᴜ, how much of a relief do you think all of these will provide for Lagosians at this crucial moment?
Well, I think let's first and foremost appreciate Governor Sanwo-Olu for that initiative. But the question people would rather want to ask is that the way it's spending part of 30 billion? The Akpabio let us know that Tinubu gave all the governors to cushion the effect of the action. So if it's that way, part of way of spending that 30 billion, well, I think from there we can now continue to assess. I think how would that impact positively on the livelihood of citizens of or residents of Lagos State. But be as it may, but let me first say something. I think Tinubu gave all the governors 30 billion. None of them, unless they came out to tell Nigerians
that they got the money.
That this is what happened until Akpabio, I think, said it maybe by sleep, because it was when we were discussing about the ways and means. I think of the past administration running to trillions of naira that I think everybody is doubting how they spent that money. I think that's why he said it in passing, he said it in passing. I think that Tinubu gave 30 billion each to all state governors. I think to cushion effect of this hardship. I think if that's the way we want to spend the money, he ought to. I was expecting during his chat and to tell us that, but which he didn't mention. But I think be as it may, I think that 25% reduction in all the public transportation owned by the government. So I don't want our listeners to go and meet a downful man tomorrow
and say,
so I tell him that I think you
1,000, I'll pay you 750.
I'll pay you 750. So it's on the public, is the government vehicles. I think the DIOTs, Lamata vehicles, and he was actually referring to. And the question again is that how many Lagosians are taking out as this DIOT, how many Lagosians have their roots. And so I live in a condo axis of Lagos State, and I work in the Tğğᴇ municipal. ᴏᴜᴛᴜ ᴜᴜᴛᴜ. So we are not aware of anything I would apply that route. I think that can be, I don't know, ᴜᴜᴜ to Lasso aspect. So I'm talking of my area. I know people in the Kurudu, and there's people Kurudu and Abaja, and I join it. But what I'm saying is that there is need to pump out more of these vehicles as they are promised. I think to cover L, Nooks, and Cranes of Lagos. So for this 25% reduction is coming from that area. Yes, it's good. Let's give it to him for that one. And then secondly, if they are talking of the market where people can buy fresh foods every weekend, and they kind of a thing, and they've had one promising to build 32 of it in Lagos. I think how cheap would the products, the produce group, the farm produce, how much would they keep there? Because I know that Lagos does not have its own farm. You will see also maybe they are
bringing it from
vendors, vendors to come and sell it, right? So, and there is whatever they buy, they are going to sell. I think I was watching a documentary today where I was saying that I think he bought some food store. Yeah, I think he went there with 50,000 naira and he came out with a cart. And when I was talking about it, he's talking that he bought 4 bags of yam, I think at 5,000 naira. Ordinarily, that is too expensive as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not here now to criticize that initiative. Well, good initiative. If government is doing that one, I think we hope other state governors will see sense in that intervening. I think because every day or something, from this a little intervention like this can as well go a long way. You know, when the issue of a petroleum scarcity got to a stage in Nigeria, that's when the tanker drivers who on strike on the daily basis, that the federal government came up with the idea of having a retail outlet for the NNPC. And if you see they are now using that retail outlet, I think, to control the price of petroleum now. In Lagos, there most of these petroleum stations owned by NNPC, or they are selling at 558, if I'm not mistaken. And you see a nearby station beside it selling at 30-20. So you see many people would rather prefer to go to NNPC and buy 58. But if not, those outlets are not there. Maybe some people have been selling at 750 naira. And that's why you see many converting and giving their petrol stations to NNPC to manage now. So, but what I say that if that is there now, but they are doing all these things to control, I think, the price. They are just to ensure that maybe there's a land of where they can get things and least to buy. And that's what is not leading us to the most critical aspect of it. No, I don't want to go that one. And let me stay put to your question, because we are looking at the effects matter. Because what people consider as one of the major problems we have is the floating of the effects. They are not regulating at all. People are saying that to regulate. But I'm not going to that one now. But on the loose matter, that maybe some workers will go to office 3 days to the lower cadre, will go to office 3 times a week. On higher, we go to office 4 times a week. Well, if that is good, there is not government doing that. I did know that some government in the northern part of the country has been
they've been doing that for
even in Kwara. Yes, in Kwara. Something spectacular about that one. But now that one now lead us to the Lagos and the cosmopolitan center. And they are asking people to go to office 3 or 4 times a day. Won't governance suffer? Because I think there are some offices that are very critical. And I know for sure that in some sectors, in some departments, they are being overworked. And they're asking them now to go to 3 or 4 times a week. Even there are some departments that have to do with public. The public go there for one information or to collect a document or the other. So even the population of Lagos here, there is a number of days that people will be going to office. Then let's see what the implication of that will be. Why can't in the first instance? And yes, maybe if we have some these offices, the office so compulsory to the public that they must come every day, but because of action to come to office, very important. Even opening every day is enough. They've not been able to even go on 4 days. The children won't go 3 days. So is it the boss that will carry 5 as or after you made your payment after you made your payment in bank that you want to receive? Is it the level 17 officer that will do that and be there just making phone calls and the ministry that even to switch on the light from the wall on the wall here, the message to see the impact of all these tokenism. I think I've not seen it as a real solution, and today is still far from the solution.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Mwiwa. I mean, you've really opened up the conversation for us. But we've always talked about quick fixes. That the economic situation is really, really very critical, and people just need hanging fruits to hold on to, pending when some of the longer plans of the government would come into actions, or we start seeing result of those. But I mean, you talked about one of the fears that many people have expressed immediately after the media party was over, which is those days off work. Is it not for us to push the demand to the president? Oh, the president did not do this. Oh, Obasanjo did not do this. Oh, Yar'Adua did not do this and that. But we also forget that the state executive chairman, let me put it that way, which is the governor in most cases, is the chief executive officer at the state level, almost carry the same power that Mr. President carries at the federal level. You're in charge of your state. The allocation, you have the control over the allocation. So much power at the state level. And since the removal of subsidy on the 29th of states that are getting way more than that. So I mean, is this time for us 60 billion had been released to governors? Recently sworn in governor in Governor Bago of Niger State is also doing his own. Okay, I think I'll try and link up back with Mr. Mwiwa. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to him and have him back on the show. But the governors have. Okay, Mr. Mwiwa, thank you.
To continue to do, and which I think your station, I think mainland has been doing wonderfully well. I think in educating the responsibilities. Because I think we have been getting it wrong, all of us, that all our attention has been focused on the federal government. Whereas federal government has no land. Federal government has no land. All land vested on the state or the governors. What am I saying? You have the power. The governor promised. He must get in touch with the governor to give him that land. So if the governor says, I don't have land in my state at least for your project, nothing happens. You have said there was a time, I think the only day, when NPN government wanted to implement their low housing scheme, which they did in many parts of the country. Some UPN governors down here started
refuse to give them land.
We don't have land for your housing project. And that's why many southwestern states at least cannot proud of having that so-called housing estate. So you know what? We in our conversation ordinary Nigerian solutions to all such responsibility. But the man next to your street, who is the chairman of local government, your government party members know about a peculiar problem in Lagos State. I don't know. So what I've got the point of the federal government for it. Simply because some of us are still having the mentality of the military that we are running a unitary system of government. No, we are not. Everything or residual list, everything, you cannot begin to ask. Some governors in their manifestos, they have the land, control of the land, promise at least to boost agriculture. How many of us have gone to look at Sanwo-Olu's blueprint manifesto of agriculture and asking, okay, this is what you plan to cultivate in Lagos State? How far have you done it? Do you understand? How many times has anybody, our nearby, the only neighbor we have in Lagos State, what we call it, Ogun State, yeah? They are promising to do this and that on agriculture, despite the fact that they have land. Even Lagos State was acquire about many. We are looking at agriculture. But in Ogun State that's nearby to us, what is the future they have in Okiogun? That's we are getting land and don't need fertilizer to grow anything. Don't understand? From our University of Agriculture, don't understand? And we have a University of Agriculture in Abeokuta now, and then whatever in this area. What kind of input we are getting? Then research centers, IRT. I'm not talking about IITC owned by the Americans or some NGOs in the Joe area in Ibadan. I'm talking about IART. We have very research in Oyo State. What has been their input to agriculture? This is the time now there's okay accountability. Nigerians, the empowered now. So how many cities as the government, how many farmers have here? How many tractors have you provided to make local government to help them clearing land? You understand? Don't go budget on agriculture and ask if what you are getting from it. It's like when Nigeria was spending money on so much money, billions on refineries in Port Harcourt, and we were worth several millions and billions of naira being allocated for the Ministry of Agriculture in a year and the now. You understand? What is it? We saw when the former governor of the state launched their rice now, the rice pyramid, where they use black and bigger and but now is asking his right to see that this country, the 83 years before I did about that people queue to buy milk, people queue to buy sugar. People then will say that to have kind of what we call it something where around and what we call it when few when we have the shortage of something. Why the increase? Why the increase? Why the increase? We're just going at least of the kind of conspiracy. Unless we get to them, we have to. Unless that's why I'm saying that to me, if we cannot do anything now, let them just suspend the regime of effect, production of effects. Let them regulate the effects and see what will happen. Just do get my pain. Do my point. Because I would spend just suddenly from 4,000 or 3,000 jump to 9,000 10,000. Whereas you are available, so that you are available. You can buy anywhere. You can buy anywhere. They are available. You understand? I will rise. Just continue to fly like that. We are not talking of imported rice. There are a lot of local rice now available in the market. If anybody wants to buy imported rice at 10,000 or 100,000, he has the money. But that local rice,
the local rice should be affordable.
Affordable at 20,000. So Lagos State at least he cultivated thousands and thousands of hectares of land in Kebbi State. At least for the rice party, and to never to feed his rice field in water. The same thing we have in the Cross River State. We still have many other places. That's why you don't have the local rice again, and they are well processed. So if all these rice are being well processed and we are planting them, that's why the issue of our corporate program, I think I've discussed that 1 year before, that must be thoroughly investigated. Billions of dollars were spent for people to deliberately cultivate rice to plant rice in Nigeria. So that's billions of naira. I'm sure that money to import rice in Nigeria in the next 50 years will still have rice available. But if they were given to people to plant rice, billions of naira, not by immediately, they see them directly. We are Anchor Bora program. But where is the produce of those money? I mean, where is the rice they plant it? Well, we are not talking of imported rice now. We are okay with local rice. I've been enjoying it. When Nigerians are enjoying it, we are telling you, we are some of us are campaigning that local rice is better than imported because it's fresh. You know, it's not the rice they use conservative to preserve for the past 15 years they are bringing. So you know when you eat local rice, you feel the freshness. You know that it's fresh.
Because most of them are just direct from farms.
Direct from farms, which is best for us, not rice that has been in store. At least you spend many chemicals at least to preserve. It's very different. But where are they? They are market. Why are they expensive? Where are they also being sold at 70,000 local rice that we planted in Nigeria with some of the support of some state governors? So there is a syndicate, there is a racket that the federal government is yet, I think, to really to identify and bust. And until they do that one, some people somewhere will just be sitting down and determining prices of this and that. And if Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇ is not careful, your guess is good as mine.
Okay, Mr. Miwa, before I let you go, there's the issue of state policing, and in one of the policies that the governor of Lagos State announced today. Let me pick a paragraph. He said, "I'm a big advocate of state policing, and the Lagos State Neighborhood Agency has over 5,000 officers, and I've given approval for more to be employed. If the federal government approves the full state policing, we'll be ready to deploy 10,000 men with more training." Earlier today, Senator Shehu Sani from Kaduna State also reiterated the fact that the governors would hijack the structure of state policing. But I remember 2 Thursdays ago, Mr. Miwa, we had this conversation about the need for state policing because of the rise in cases of kidnappings and armed robberies and all of that. Do you feel that the disadvantage of the state policing, does it outweigh the advantages, especially in the face of the economic issues that we have right now? A lot of people have advocated for more, employment opportunities and all of that. What do you make of the state police since the federal government had, displayed a body language that, hey, we're in support of state police, the state can own their police system now? What do you make of that?
There are a lot of arguments back and forth, but security matters before we talk of preferences for politicians and the abuse. I will be alive for you to abuse me. So if I'm not alive, you can't abuse my political interest. But let me be alive first. What the argument some people should also understand is that there's no federal system of government where it operates that you have military police. There should be federal police, there should be state police, there should be community or local police, local government police. They all have their area of jurisdiction. And when it comes to the issue of fundamental human rights, or this fear that is federal state charge of that one. We have seen many state high courts that give judgment against state government. So we know if state government, state judiciary, and we can give judgment against the governor, who is the chief executive of that state, you understand? So people should begin to think that we should not be the whole ourselves to the past, that this is how it's going to be forever. Now, if the fear that maybe the politicians will hijack to achieve what? Jonathan we had only federal police. Jonathan was the commander and chief of armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He lost election. He was only, at least there was nobody had any rivalry with his system to rival the federal police that Jonathan is controlling the army, the navy, the civil defense. So in our presence, in our very, very kuru eyes, Jonathan lost the election and heaven did not fall.
Heaven did not fall.
Orubebe that dramatized there now as the camp from the PDP to APC. So what are we talking about if Jonathan could lose the election? At least before in Nigeria, we never thought that a sitting president would lose the election. But it happens in our presence. That if there is federal police, if there is state police, that's going to be a counter of forces. You understand? I think you may not have the opportunity to control both. Even when can you control human beings? So if we are ready to say police or federal police now tell us that if you are going to say we are hungry, they tell us that they are not, should not shout that they are hungry. You understand? They cannot do that. So I'm going to talk about the state police we are talking about. They are not people from far places. You have to understand, Lagos, the people didn't know that Lagos is doing a lot of things informally to get the place secured. Apart from this civil defense we are talking about, if you know how Lagos is using their local area boys, many of us are condemning all these garage boys. If you know how they are using them to maintain security within that jurisdiction, you'll be marveled. The informal, I'm talking of informal way. Do you know, laying land, did you go to any of the parks in Lagos and you say they stole your bag in any park in Lagos?
You don't hear that anymore.
Whether as notorious as Oshodi or Jota or Rawudi, that want to enter the place, want to enter the park, and they will tell you and put your bag behind put your bag behind any bag. Go. Forget you there. If you come back 4 or 5 days, they will hand it over to you. How is it happening? Because they are using local intelligence. They are using the local people there to check what their jurisdiction. That's why you cannot just go to any of these parks and say is this the police that are arresting them? So Lagos State on its own has been using some of these boys at least to secure, because I know something. Like in my area where I live, I used to tell people, in my local community, nobody will come from Ojota and still in the Ikotuazis. Nobody will come from Ketu or from Aja to come and steal in the Ikotu. If there's a case of burglary or there is a case of armed robbery in my Ikotu,
it's
our boys in Ikotu that will do it. Okay, let me get. There was a time I was then I used to go and play around campus. I'm talking about the campus in Lagos, right there, very close to Odulami area. I used to go and play there. You know, if somebody just came and met one of our senior people that used to play with me, and they told him that the soul is was driving on the Akuma Bridge. Don't worry, we are this island. Don't worry, we know island. And they called somebody. And when I called somebody that this happened to my friend now, and I want it back. And the guy said, "Oh, when did it happen?" He said, "About 30 minutes ago." The guy, how much was it cost? He said it was there. It was about 25,000. I said, by now, 5,000 must have disappeared from that money. But don't worry, we will get it. And he made calls maybe that their whatever, whatever in the island there. In less than 45 minutes, he called back where we sat down and where we got
his items back.
Your everything back, but from that 25,000, the guy had 27,000 No, I was shocked. Without leaving that campus, I'm talking campus school, I'm not talking about campus, without leaving a phone, we receive phone call back that they will retrieve everything back. Because when something happens in there, they know the boys that can do it. So, and the any policy you are doing, and you are neglecting such network, you are deceiving yourself. Let me tell you something. emir or a king in a community has information more than the police. Because the let's say in North or here, a traditional ruler has local people around him. Not only that, they trust you want to know what you are neglecting that information. You are neglecting money and selling his presence because it does not understand the language, it does not understand the sign language, and it's not in so many parts here. They can be using eye contact to speak volumes. They can use it just minor the gestation to speak 1,000 words. But the policeman will just be there looking. You understand? Because that's not part of the culture. So the imperative of state policing cannot be emphasized. It's compulsory. Nigeria is override for it. That time, we all know that number of police force we have less than 400,000. And out of this less than 400,000, the VIPs
have taken almost 40% of it.
More 40%. So we are talking of less than
250,000.
Policing over 250 million Nigerians. No. So with this community policing, certainly I think there will be added weight money structure, even the federal police, because these people, this is their work, and the best form of defense is to have intelligence. Once you have intelligence reports, so you stop the crime before it happens. So you don't wait until they kill somebody before you start pursuing the killer. No, you can never. That life is lost. So I believe that everybody must support the idea of establishing
state policing.
State police. It's a new thing that we want to go into. But certainly, whatever we think can be problem, that should be debated. There will be public hearing. We cannot pass the bill like that without having a public hearing. There must be a public hearing. All these concerns, let's all of us and put it in the white and black, or ready to go there and make it known and let them provide solution to our problem. I think the shadow of the day is an advantage. Because I want their life to be a politician. So, but please let us be alive first. Let our property and our life be secured.
Very, very important.
We'll talk about this. Very, very important.
Thank you very much.
Now people cannot go to their farm. And this is one of the reasons of the food shortage we are talking about. People cannot travel. For me, at least I don't know how I can travel. At least outside this environment by road. I don't know what to take. I don't know what to take me. I don't know. You can't tell me to come around now and say I should enter bus. I don't know. You can't tell me ask me to go to Edo now. You understand? And enter bus. I don't know. Because I enjoy doing it. But I think at this stage you begin to fear for your life because of responsibility. And because all these rules are not safe. You're just okay here. You have to kidnap people.
Even Long Bridge, Long Bridge.
So why we not? That's why people going around that for many people, and they contact the extremely difficult. So must we continue to live that way and say because somebody is talking of how we not be reached out?
Hijack.
No? So I think the advantages of having state police and way that is repeat. If you feel there's anything we consider to be, I think, a setback or that will hinder our fundamental rights, let it be debated, let it be discussed, and let's provide solution to it.
Thank you, Mr. Miwade. I know today is been a busy day for you. It's your birthday, but you still took your time to join us on the show. I will need to let you go so you can enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for the contribution.
Thank you very much.
God's Prayer and Live next week Thursday will be here together to look at more issues in respect to national development. Thank you very much once again.
My God's grace, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, that was Mr. Miwa Adeyemi. He joins me every Thursday. He's the chief political editor of Guardian newspaper. And like you heard, he's talked about the fact that we cannot overemphasize the need for us to have state police. We can look at the disadvantages, but of course, you look at the advantages. The fact that everybody, if you domesticate the policing system, it means you can own your police. You can identify people that will be posted to your communities. It just makes a lot of difference. I mean, there's literally no policy that we don't have consequences, but how we manage the consequences and we allow the effect, the positive effects to outweigh the negative effects would only help the society to get better. I have Mr. Festus Owu as a member of the Philip Shuaibu campaign organization on standby. But I will link up with him after we take the headline news on the turn of 5 o'clock. I mean, we're really pressed for time right now. The number just came in, and there's been a lot of issues in Edo State. Breaking says that the deputy governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu, has emerged as the winner of a factional PDP primary election in the state today. That's the key word, a factional PDP primary election in the state. It's been said that he got a vote of 301 out of the total number of 559. So the PDP decided to do a delegate primaries. That's closed primary. So, I mean, Mr. Festus Owu will join me when I come back after the headline news and some bills have been paid. You're live on Milan 98.3 FM. This is the Situation Room.
Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial. 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial.
Fantastic conversations.
Great to see you again. It's good weather. You want to agree with that?
Yeah, I love weather. Trending music.
I live the life that I love. I love the life that I live. Tomorrow.
Traffic updates.
Ojoba and Charity intersections is good. There's no cause for alarm.
Sports. And everything fun is right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't touch that dial.
Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM. My name is Omobola Sandra. Governor Sanwo-Olu says Lagos civil servants to work 3 days a week due to cost of living. Adeleke says his administration is committed to alleviating the economic crisis in Osun State. Edun claims Nigeria on course to achieving economic stability. Nigeria commits 60 billion naira in 2024 to reach net zero gas emission in climate change. On the foreign scene, Iran supplies Russia with hundreds of ballistic missiles. And in sports, Osimhen nominated for Champions League Goal of the Week. The Tigers withdraw from AfroBasket 2025 qualifiers due to lack of funds. That's the headline news on Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
Mainland 98.3 FM, your number one radio. Reaching stars, the sound of Lagos.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying YouTube made for you.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right, the Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube. With the YouTube buffet plan from MTN, you can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying YouTube made for you.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime I dey cook like this, I dey always season am with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside: ugu, tatashe, shombo, onions. No one wey I no dey put. Na im make my pikin dem dey always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never available. I want more.
You see?
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season am with no cubes for that ogbonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right, the Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube. With the YouTube buffet plan from MTN, you can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying YouTube made for you.
As you see me so, I belong to the Chop Better gang. Now why anytime I want chop like this, I dey put better things inside. For my yam porridge, after I don't put my fish, I go come deck am with onions, tatashe and ugu. Come season am with correct no cubes for that delicious taste. Because my people, good life na life where you chop better.
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season am with no cubes for that ogbonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC. Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right, the Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps, and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the African Cup of Nations 2023.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying YouTube made for you.
You're listening to the soft sounds of 98.3 Mainland FM. Easy listening wherever, whenever.
Okay, thank you very much for still sticking with us. Don't forget that by 5:30, the full bulletin of that headline news would come through, and by 6 o'clock, we'll bring you the Thursday edition of Sport Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. You're welcome back to the program. I'm trying to connect with Mr. Festus Owu, a member of the ᴜᴜᴜ campaign organization. That's the deputy governor, the outgoing deputy governor of Edo State.
I'll call you back.
Okay, I'm putting you live on radio.
Yes, I'm with you now.
Okay. Apologies that we couldn't get to immediately. I had a guest I was attending to. Dr. Festus, you're welcome. You're live on Mainland 98.3 FM, and this is the Situation Room.
Now, God bless you and bless Nigerians for listening to us.
Okay. Well, about 2 hours ago, there are reports flying everywhere that the deputy governor of Edo State, Comrade ᴜᴜᴜ, has emerged as the winner of a factional People's Democratic Party primary election in Edo State. And
absolutely true.
This whole conversation did not start today.
Yeah.
The build up to this whole issue, the challenges that the deputy governor has had with his principal, the fact that he came out to apologize publicly, the fact that his office was also relocated outside of the government house, there's just been issues left and right. But what exactly is going on today in Edo State? We saw what happened on Saturday, the fallout of the APC primaries. One would have thought that the PDP, being the party in power, would also look at the mistakes of the APC and put up a decent showing at the primaries today. But we're having a factional candidate. Take us through this conversation, Dr. Festus Owu.
God bless you, my brother. Let me say this in our native parlance. When you try to burn a fish at his old age, it becomes a problem. You can't ever burn it appropriately well. Otherwise, you will be going for breakage, and that's what is happening to Edo State now. We are in power in Edo State. Unfortunately, as we are in power in Edo State, the head that is to direct us is directing us wrongly. I want the people to hear this loud and clear. If you actually say I'm on air with you, that the principle we have is our problem. You made allusion to some fact that the deputy governor was relocated.
Dr. Festus, please be very specific. I want you to be specific. When you say the principal is the problem, can you just be specific on who we're dealing with?
The governor of Edo State, his name is Godwin Obaseki, is our problem. No matter how you could have a problem with your deputy, should it translate to an extent where your deputy will offer you a handshake in a meeting and a congregation of men, in a congregation of men that are top principal officers in governance, and you will refuse him? I'm not saying in government. I'm saying outside governance. You should be a little bit pretentious to say, this is my deputy governor, or But if you put such a show of shame, if you can put up a show of shame in that magnitude, what respect do you want us to give to you as a governor? So what I'm trying to tell you is that you should realize this fact that what we face in Edo State is a man who once told us that if he's a godfather, we should stone him. And today, he's the greatest godfather we have ever produced. We don't have problem with Edo State politics. We have problem with those who are not trying to dictate to us that we are idiots and we are fools. And within us, we cannot have, within our rank, make a governor. It doesn't work that way, my brother. The rejection you are seeing in Edo State, the outright rejection you are seeing in Edo State is a revolt against a system that says we are idiots who have been in the system over time and that we do not have the capacity to rule. And you just go and pluck somebody from nowhere. Look, if the governor wants to win, are you still with me?
I'm with you, 100%. And
I'm on air. Am I still on air?
You're live on the radio. You're live on air.
Beautiful. I want people to react to me. Governor does not fail at the time a man has been elected. Governor fails when you are trying to elect a man. That is what we are saying. If you are trying to bring a man by selection and not by election, he cannot dictate the pace. You getting me? We want a man who will emerge through election. Who the people will say that is our man. That's not a puppet or one man you gave an office and you just say, hold brief for me. When I finish my office, I will come back and meet you there, and then you can retire for me again. I will continue. Those are the things I'm telling you. If you are on air in Nigeria, listen to me and listen well. Until Nigeria comes back to this reality that a man who is a leader should emerge through election and not by selection, then there is a problem. The man of Baseki is holding today, wants to be the governor of Edo State, is alien, and we do not know him. That is the fight in Edo State. If anybody tells you anything outside this, then the person is absolutely wrong.
Dr. Festus, you led a protest today. And one of the things you demanded for was that the vote of some of those delegates should count. Yes. But with the numbers that we have right now, out of a total vote of about 559, that's the outgoing deputy governor, Comrade Philip Shaibu, has been reportedly polled 301. What exactly was your agitation for earlier today? Because it's been reported everywhere.
No, beautiful. You see what you have said? The reality of the vote of the election today is what we presented to you. It was not possible that in the states, considering our disparity, our geographical differences, our regions, and our factor of where we are coming from, that we could put the same vote of delegates. The deputy governor of Edo State is not a thief. He shouldn't have had the money to do what some people expected them to do, or people who collect 100 million to 1 billion naira and they say they are in charge. And then we say, if you say you are collecting money 800 million to 100 billion for security vote, and then there is security problem in Edo State, then you have not started. Are you getting me? The deputy governor of Edo State is not a thief. He couldn't have. Look, we had delegates who were ready to vote for him, and they emerged. They came to Benin City, and they all came, voted today. The true human beings voted in the primaries of today for Right Honorable Philip Shaibu.
So now let me ask you, Today is the deadline for the submission of names of all of the parties that will participate in the September 2024 election in the state. That means whatever happens today, whatever the fallout of the election today, by tomorrow, the 23rd of February, INEC will release the list of all of the governorship candidates, not aspirants now. Now, I want to put you on the spot. You're a member of the ᴏᴜᴛᴜ campaign organization, and you're also a delegate at the primaries today. I want to put you on the spot. Can you give us your word that your principal, the outgoing deputy governor, would be the authentic candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the September 2024 election?
Young man Philip won the primaries of today. If PDP will not feature him, then they have derailed. And if they derail, the consequences will be grievous. As far as we are concerned, he won the primaries of today, and the election was smooth. And what else can I tell you? That he won the primaries. And as far as I'm concerned, I tell the whole world that Right Honorable ᴏᴜᴛᴜ won the primaries of today, and he should be declared winner. If anybody does otherwise that, he should be prepared for our consequences. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
I love all of you.
We love you too. Thank you, Dr. Festus.
God bless you. God bless you, my brother.
I'll keep in touch. Thank you very much. That was some energy right there. You know, one thing I've always loved about election in Nigeria is that everybody knows when to stick in the energy. Everybody knows when their interest is at stake. Everybody knows that, hey, this is my meal ticket about to be taken away from me. This is my interest. And I've always told people, election is basically about interest. Whether it is selfish interest, the people-oriented interest, it is for the development of the people, or it is for this, it is to sell an agenda, a religious agenda, a tribal agenda, whatever agenda you want to sell. Every single election is colored all over with interest, and you could hear it. And that was Dr. Festus, who is a member of the ᴏᴜᴛᴜ campaign organization, the spokesperson actually, and he was also the spokesperson for the protesters today that felt they were not allowed to vote initially, but at the end of the day they were allowed to participate. You see, what you get on Mainland 98.3 FM is first-hand information of everything that is going on. That's why you need to keep your dial locked here, because I know we've not seen the end of this. On Saturday, we followed the primaries of the APC, and at the end of the day, 3 candidates are parading themselves as the legitimate candidate of the APC in Edo State. Now the PDP's issue have started, and I remember in the midweek politics yesterday, side forward Matthew Okudo and I, envisaged that the PDP would learn from the mistakes of the APC and do something different. But perhaps the only thing that separates Nigerian politicians is not ideology, is not the will to serve, is basically political parties. They're all birds of the same feathers. We just seen that. So I'm sure that before the end of today, because today is the deadline for INEC, would also probably still see another member or another candidate or gubernatorial candidate emerge from a different faction. But I can tell you for a fact that this faction is not the faction that had the outgoing governor of the state. Twists, turns, dramas, and flips. Keep your dial locked on Mainland 98.3 FM. I think I still have a few minutes to pick some calls. It's been a very engaging conversation today. I had Mr. Miwademi join me from 4 to 5 p.m. We took a break, paid some bills, took the headline news, and then Dr. Festus, a member of the spokesperson for ᴏᴜᴛᴜ campaign organization, also joined us. Let me have your thoughts. Hello, good afternoon.
If it does not have the outgoing governor, he has the outgoing deputy governor.
Somebody is outgoing.
One of them is outgoing.
Exactly.
They have joint ticket. So I believe this Ambassador Muslim. I mean, their lawyer will be prepared to go to court. So lawyer has no money, and the court will decide. That's tell you political parties it's all about interest. All the candidates, they're all the same. What comes to my mind is that this guy that just finished talking now, I can see the energy in the against the
He was buzzing.
He's not at least. I don't know below us. Oh my God. That's to tell you political parties.
Hello, Ambassador Musbao. Oh dear. If you're still lucky, you can still chip in a call or two before we call it a day on the show. It's been an amazing time on radio, and that's exactly what you get 4 to 5:30 p.m. every Mondays to Fridays. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Please put down the volume on your radio set, or you turn it off completely.
Yeah, I've done that. From first time.
You're welcome.
Yeah. My brother, you can see that we don't have political parties in Nigeria. Some of these characters apparate themselves as fixers and, how do I put it? They are not worthy to be in governance of anywhere. We saw how APC, that are in opposition, that ought to have organized themselves better to take over power there. Let's stop themselves.
They also fluff their lines.
PDP, the PDP are doing the same thing. And the Labour Party people that supposed to, act differently. These are Papa virus that APC kept within Labour Party. They are still doing their damage.
That's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy.
It's a virus APC in the Labour Party. Your side. You can't tell me that you arrest a party chairman just few days to primary just because of phantom useless and baseless allegation. What interest are you on? These people don't even value this democracy. They didn't even know that people die for this democracy. They are not behaving as if they are God. You understand? I believe the possibility is there a possibility of having no political party in Nigeria.
Well,
because they are the greatest threat.
Hopefully. I've seen democracy work in other countries, and I've seen candidates win election as independent candidates, whether to the House, upper or lower, and I feel it's high time we start getting to that level. If our democracy is about 25 years old, then we should be bringing in different dimensions to our, the process at which our leaders emerge. Open primaries from the APC cause chaos. Closed primaries from the PDP is leading to another issue. Or perhaps we should start thinking of independent candidates. I don't need to align with any ideology of any political party excuse me, before I allow myself to serve the people. I remember when the former governor of Ondo State, Dr. WG SAW won his election on the platform of Labour Party. Everybody knew that even if he had contested on the platform of 00 Party, he would have won. And he won the election against the late Olusegun Agagu of the PDP. And you just had a feeling that maybe we'll get in there. Let me pick this call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Ufoma.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I'm adjacent to your guest over there. Please, so yeah, I need you. I just want to ask a question for more clarification from you. Please, is it true that the former CDF governor had a 21 company in abroad, and also his wife has run out of the country? Is it true? Just tell me that information.
Well, we read that the wife had been declared wanted, but in respect to those 21 pumps, I don't have an idea about that.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Ufoma. Well, Ufoma kept it really simple today, so I can still squeeze in one more call. 09136000410. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good evening. How is your day?
Good. Good to have you join us.
I like listening to you, Prince from Ojo.
Oh, thank you.
Because you are very, very meticulous in your reporting and holistic.
Thank you.
Yes, my take is I want to make a little comment on the state police of the
Please go on.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with something that is good. The federal police, state police, community police. Right. These things are good. If you travel overseas or take your time to study economic or school development, these are things that happen in developed nations.
They are basic things.
Yes. But when you come to Nigeria's situation, there are a lot of issues. Here, you have religious bigotry, you have political affiliations, you have a lot of hatred, you have so many things playing out against the people themselves. Right? Also, the issue that there's nothing wrong with state police. The objective is clear and laudable. But the thing is that if there are state police today in Nigeria, the country might be destroyed. You will say, how do I mean? To me, what we need is to strengthen the existing federal police with equipment and manpower. Simple. The area boys in Lagos or whatever can still be effectively used in the control of the environment to make sure there's no armed robbery, nothing like snatching of people and bad advice. Without arming them, the level of state police, they can be used effectively. Now, take for instance, you have state police in a place like Imo State, where Uzodinma is the governor. The man may stay there for another term, which have been stopped. Because these are people.
Thank you, but there's no way a governor can stay in office for third term. The constitution made it very clear: just 2 terms of 8 years, except it changes tomorrow. But as of today, there's no way a governor will stay or a president will stay beyond 2 terms of 8 years. Well, it's been an interesting conversation today. I think the twist for me out to be Dr. Festus, who will join me on the show today, is the spokesperson for the ᴏᴜᴛᴜ campaign organization. And as it stands now, well, maybe before the end of today, you get to hear more from Mainland FM. But as it stands now, the outgoing deputy governor of Edo State, Comrade ᴏᴜᴛᴜ, is the factional gubernatorial candidate for the People's Democratic Party in Edo State for the September 2024 election. We keep our fingers crossed. I'm talking about keeping fingers crossed. 5:30, don't go nowhere. The full bulletin of the headline news you heard would come through, and by 6 o'clock we will come back for Sport Cruise Thursday edition. There were European Football League game played yesterday. Arsenal lost away at Dragao, the home of Porto, and there are also big games to look out for in the second and third tier of European football today. That's the Europa League and the UEFA Conference League. We'll do all of that by 6 o'clock. My name is Okoyemi Akende. Thank you so much, Mr. Miwa Adeyemi, the chief political editor of Guardian newspaper, for joining me on the show today. And once again, happy birthday to you and Mr. Festus, the spokesperson of ᴏᴜᴜᴜ campaign organization. Thank you. And big shout out to Joseph Oloronsho for the quick link up. I mean, it took me home as quick as I needed to. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, God's prayer in our lives, and I can assure you that we'll have so much more to talk about, especially for Edo, PDP, APC, Labour Party. We'll give you more of that by 4 o'clock tomorrow. Stay safe, stay happy. Bye for now.